Well, good evening and welcome to the Georgia Area Colleges Virtual College Fair this evening. And this is the presentation for the Savannah College of Art and Design, or SCAD. So just want to make sure you are in the right place. Because this is a webinar, our presenter cannot see you, nor can she hear you, but certainly she would love to hear your questions. And you can do that by typing those questions in the Q&A box. That will appear at either the bottom or the top of your screen, depending on where you have that pinned. There are more sessions tomorrow, so certainly sign up for additional sessions to learn about additional schools. And if you want to go back and review this presentation or any of the other presentations from these colleges and universities, you can certainly do that at strivescan.com Atlanta. So now that my housekeeping is done, I'm going to pass it over to Alex from SCAD, and she can take it away.
Thanks, Julie. Hi, and good evening, you all. My name is Alex LeBlanc, and I am the Director of Recruitment at the Savannah College of Art and Design, also known as SCAD. Thank you for logging on and joining us this evening. I want to let you know that I am joined by Kelsey Ollis. She is our Assistant Director of Admission, and she actually covers the Georgia area right now. So she is going to be monitoring the chat throughout my presentation. But we are just so excited to connect with you this evening and to answer any and all questions that you have about SCAD. So at this time, I'm going to share my screen and we will go ahead and get started. All right, so to kick off my presentation, I just want to introduce you to the university with a quick video. If I can get it to play. All right, here we go. Take two.
I'm driven to create.
To be expressive.
To collaborate with only the best and across disciplines.
If you have an outlet like the arts where you can be in these other worlds and imagine anything, growing up in the arts, I've seen it change people's lives.
There are things happening in our classrooms where students are actually reimagining their own education in the way that we communicate with each other.
What is that next step for them? How are they going to make those contacts with their future employers?
During my time at SCAD, what was so magical was that it was this hot pot of creative people from different types of majors that could influence each other.
I would say my two greatest lessons that I learned from SCAD were learning the structure of the industry and the strong work ethic, but I think you really hone those skills at SCAD.
I am the creative director of Christopher John Rogers. Growing up, I always knew that fashion was my passion. Ew, gross. Okay, wait.
I absolutely love SCAD.
I love SCAD too. I love it more than John Krasinski.
Hey, bees.
Hey, SCAD.
Hello, SCAD. Extremely bright, smart people who love creativity, fashion, design, art, film, telling their version of their own story.
I am an artist.
I am a performer.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Storyteller. Thanks to SCAD, my future as a creative professional is real. It's happening.
You are the next incarnation of this beautiful planet that needs design, that needs beauty, that needs your mind and your spirit and your energy, your power, your unique voice.
Because you have something unique to say.
This is SCAD.
Anyone who asks me about colleges in US, all I say is SCAD. Don't even think of anything else.
Okay, so some brief history. The Savannah College of Art and Design was founded in 1978 in beautiful Savannah, Georgia. Since day one, we have served as the preeminent source of knowledge in every discipline that we teach. And in the past 40 creative years, we've grown to become one of the most comprehensive and connected art and design locations in the world. We do have multiple campuses for you guys to choose from. We have a campus in Atlanta, one in Lacoste, France. Of course, Savannah is home, and online via Scad e-learning. Now, what's really unique about Scad is when you're accepted to one location, you're actually accepted to all of our locations. So I know most of you who are joining us today are probably in and around the Atlanta area, but what's really exciting is Scad is global. So you have the opportunity to really customize and globalize your education. Now, the university as a whole is incredibly diverse. We have approximately 15,000 students representing all 50 of the United States and more than 100 different countries. In fact, over 25% of our entire student population is international. This is really special because you're not just going to meet students from Georgia or the Carolinas or Florida. You are going to be immersed in this global community. Now, Scad, like I said, is one of the most comprehensive art and design schools in the country. And we actually have over 100 degree programs to choose from. So we have over 40 different majors and 75 different minors available to you. Now, you may be thinking, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to choose? I'm not sure exactly what I want to study. Well, good news, the most popular major at Scad is in animation or photography or graphic design. It's actually undeclared. So our students can come in undecided and they do not have to declare their major until almost their sophomore year. So tons of different options for you to choose from and plenty of time to make an educated decision on what you want to actually declare as your major. Now at Scad, our curriculum is constantly evolving in response to the fast-changing professions that our students will go on to lead. So we really try to keep you and your work ahead of the creative professions that you're preparing to join. Career preparation is the foundation of all things Scad, as evidenced by our stellar alumni employment rate. So 99% of our spring 2019 alumni were either employed, seeking further education, or both within 10 months of graduation. Now, out of that 99%, over 91% of these alumni are employed in a creative field. So if you are looking to turn your, creative passions into your profession, Scad will definitely prepare you for your creative fields. Scad alumni and their work are everywhere. So I've got a couple alumni that I want to introduce you to. This is Christopher John Rogers, and he studied fashion at Scad. And after his graduation, he launched his own fashion label. And he employed fellow Scad Bees, Julia Wheatley, Alexandra Tyson, Ava Rivera, and Christina Ripley. And together they created the brand Christopher John Rogers. You may have recognized some of his designs on icons such as Michelle Obama, Rihanna, and Lizzo. Most recently, he has dressed Lady Gaga and Zendaya, which is really, really cool. So he is one to watch. Now, for his incredible designs, Rogers and his team actually won the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund Award. And with this opportunity, he got the chance to show his collection at New York Fashion Week. And when he was planning New York Fashion Week, he actually employed model and Scad grad Nikita Umberkunda, who's pictured here, to walk the runway for him. So like I said, Nikita is also a Scad grad and she studied accessory design. So she is actually an accessory designer for DVF. So this is Andrew Siebert, and he is a graduate of our UX or User Experience Design program. And he is currently working for Google, taking this tech giant into the future of augmented and virtual reality. And you may have seen or possibly even heard the vocal stylings of Keandra Richardson. She embodied the character of Yana on Empire, but she also provided backup vocals for Tyler, the Creator, and Beyonce in multiple Beyonce productions. So her Coachella performance and her On the Run 2 tour. And then to wrap us up, this is Quinton Williams, and he studied industrial design, but he is one of the co-founders for Q4 Sports, where he gets to design sneakers for NBA stars and sneakerheads alike. So that was literally just the smallest selection of accomplished Scad grads who work at companies such as Netflix, Chanel, Pixar, Apple, Spotify, Instagram, and more. They all had different interests and backgrounds, but they did have a few things in common. They wanted to do work they are passionate about. They wanted to make a living and be able to support themselves. And they started right where you guys are today in this college search process. So, what makes Scad the University for Creative Careers? Let's take a closer look.
Scad sets you up for success. Hone in on what you're good at, make it great, and use everything that Scad has to offer with it.
Scad is constantly staying very aware of industry trends and therefore kind of adapting curriculum to play into that and be able to have students be very prepared for real life after graduation.
Just seeing the depth and the amount of detail the students put in, and when you bring in people from all of those different disciplines together, it's really amazing what they can create.
It really opens a lot of doors and a lot of opportunities become real possibilities here.
What's different about Scad is they're setting the bar higher here. The student will really shine outside of this environment and the workplace. I wish I was back here as a student sometimes. They've got all the facilities you need to do anything you dream of.
我就是抓住这个机会，我们线上所有的设备其实我都摸遍了，那让我有很大的信心可以设立自己的工作室。
The reaction to the name of the school definitely brings a smile. It's amazing how every time that I say Scad, more and more people go, oh my God, you went to Scad.
There's drive, there's compassion, there's a willingness to take huge risks. I just don't know that it exists anywhere else.
Because of Scad, I got my dream job at Disney.
Lighting artist at Microsoft.
3M Healthcare.
Porsche Cars North America.
Gensler.
Google.
Netflix.
IBM.
Lenovo.
Pixar Animation Studio.
I'm going to be a product designer for Instagram.
So at Scad, we champion a culture of small class settings and individualized attention for our students. You will be able to learn one-on-one from top instructors at top companies and studios who bring in decades of experience to help you pave your way to your creative career. You will learn from professors like Maloney Moore here, whose time as Estee Lauder's Executive Director of Marketing helped her pioneer one of Scad's newest programs, the Business of Beauty and Fragrance. You could possibly take classes with the Chair of Animation, Chris Gallagher, who has worked at companies like EA Sports, Sony's Pictures Imageworks, and Walt Disney Animation Studios. Maybe you'll have the chance to collaborate with the Dean of the School of Digital Media and Emmy Award winner Max Almy, whose client list included ABC, HBO, and the History Channel. This is Eisner Award-winning comic book creator Rashad Duquette, and he is not only a sequential art faculty member, but he is a Scad grad. And in his comic book series, he likes to celebrate all of the superheroes that we know and love, like Superman. And in his latest project, Jeremiah Justice Saves the Day, he actually highlights superheroes with special needs. Our faculty members are the creative force behind the clothes that we wear, the films that we love, and the logos that we see every day. Like Fiber's professor, Ben Copperwheat, who is in high demand. His work has been commissioned by everyone from Beyonce to Boy George to incredible companies such as Gucci, Calvin Klein, and Tommy Hilfiger. Now, Scad has nationally and internationally recognized academic degree programs that are accredited. We have our award-winning fashion department who consistently earns high praise by the Business of Fashion. We have had this honor for over 5 years now. Our interior design programs, both undergraduate and graduate, have been ranked #1 by Design Intelligence for a record-setting 8 out of the past 9 years. Our motion media design program has been ranked #1 in the world by the rookies of the Oscars for Creative Minds. Now, our architecture program is pretty unique. We have the traditional bachelor's and master's degree programs, but Scad is actually one of only 30 schools in the United States to offer the integrated path to architectural licensure. So this is called IPALS, and IPALS is an accelerated academic track that prepares students to become licensed architects in as few as 7 years. We, over the past few years, have won over 90 Red Dot Design Awards, and Red Dot Design actually ranked Scad as the #1 university in the United States. So our students are winning top honors as well. Now, the Hollywood Reporter placed our costume design minor and production major as one of the top in the nation and the world. We have an incredible film and television and performing arts program. And our students of illustration and animation get to master multiple forms of animation and production in a program that was recently praised by the Animation Career Review. Over 200 Scad performing arts and film and television students contributed to this year's lineup of Academy Award-winning films that included Parasite, Avengers Endgame, Toy Story 4, Joker, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, and The Irishman. So all of these films, plus more, actually made their debut at the Scad Savannah Film Festival, which is a week-long cinematic celebration that features master classes led by silver screen legends. So since most of you guys who are joining us today are local to the Georgia area, I do recommend this as a visit opportunity. Our Savannah Film Festival takes place every October, and it is so much fun. Similar to the Savannah Film Festival in Atlanta, we have ATV Fest, which is a television festival. So like I was talking about earlier, we have creative careers and majors to suit everyone's interests, from industrial design to user experience design. Whatever program you are considering, you will always be right at home. Now, for the strategizing planners who have joined us here today, you can actually start fast tracking your creative career through GradPath at Scad. This accelerated course of study allows you to earn both your bachelor's and your master's degrees in as few as 4 to 5 years. So this will include some summer work, but this is a great way to jumpstart your business aspirations that much sooner. So while you're a current student at Scad, we have a wealth of professional opportunities for you to take advantage of. One of my favorite aspects about Scad is Scad Pro. And this is a department where students get to collaborate with real world companies and work on real projects that are brought to us. So recently, our students have pitched the future of Disney resorts. They have marketed driverless cars for Volvo, and we have done other collaborative projects with Google, Belay, Home Depot, Cox Enterprises, Fox Sports. So this is a great way to mix your education with your experience. In less than 10 years, Scad Pro has hosted over 500 collaborations with more than 300 top brands. And these projects have led to over 200 direct job offers for our students. So again, this is a great way to get real world experience with the safety net of Scad right behind you. So even as an alum of Scad, you will always receive support from us as an institution. We check in with our alumni constantly, and we even invest and support them to offer mentorship to help them launch their own lines and brands and projects after they graduate. We also want to make sure that we are out and about within the community. So we have several industry and alumni outreach coordinators that connect Scad, recent Scad grads and current Scad grads to the communities that they find themselves after they graduate. So not only do they have a network of Scad wherever they find themselves in the world, always plugged into the employment opportunities within their area. So in addition to top brands and companies, we host some of today's most captivating artists, actors, and designers regularly on campus and virtually for all of our students to enjoy. We, on average, host over 700 employers on campus each year. So our students are always connected into their various industries. So whether it's hearing the inspirational words from music legends, maybe attending a master class or an exclusive screening with different actors and producers, or showing your recent designs to a fashion house, these opportunities are truly unique and special to your time at Scad. Now, Scad has everything to suit your needs inside and outside of the classroom. In addition to getting the highest quality of education, you'll have access to over 100 different student clubs and organizations. We also have very competitive intercollegiate athletics and intramurals. So if you are a student artist athlete, Scad may be a great place for you to continue studying. So let's talk about how you can engage with Scad before you graduate from high school. We actually have a lot of different opportunities for you. We have a week-long program called Summer Seminars. This takes place in the summer months, and these are week-long workshops where you can explore our various programs and connect with different departments on campus. Our summer programs are happening virtually this summer. So summer seminars will be happening virtually, but it is a great way to, add work to your portfolio and to explore different majors that you may be interested in studying. This program is open to all high school students, rising sophomores, juniors, and seniors. We also have Rising Star, which is a 5-week program. This will also be online. This is an exclusive summer program for current high school juniors. This is something that you would do between the summer of your junior and senior year. And this is a pretty incredible program. During 5 weeks, you actually take up to 2 Scad classes. So you are a Scad student for 5 weeks. You leave Rising Star with 10 college credits underneath your belt. So this is a great way to get a wonderful glimpse of life at Scad. We also have dual enrollment. So eligible high school students can start taking classes virtually and start earning college credit while they finish up their high school careers. Okay, So now that it's clear that SCAD is your dream university, as it has been for 45,000 of our incredible alumni, let's briefly talk about the next steps. So first and foremost, everyone who has graduated from SCAD started with the application. You can apply through scad.edu or through Common App. We are also offering a gift to you guys for joining us for this evening's presentation. Kelsey will drop a promo code for you guys so you can start your application to SCAD for free. What's really nice about our application process is you can fill out your application as a high school junior. And we encourage this because you will need to complete your file. You will need to complete your file, but you'll have the help of your personal admission advisor. And this is your one-stop shop for all things SCAD. Your advisor will need some additional materials to complete your file and review you for admission, like your high school transcripts and test scores, but these can always be submitted at a later date and time. SCAD works on rolling admission. So unlike a lot of schools, we have no deadlines. Our application doesn't close. You can apply anytime to start in any one of our corresponding quarters. Please note that we are currently test optional for fall 2021 and fall 2022. So if you're a current junior or senior, please do not stress about standardized testing. However, if you have the availability to test, we will gladly review those scores for you. 3, I do want to encourage you guys to visit. SCAD is open for visits, and we love seeing you guys back on campus. You can come for a daily tour. We had daily tours happening multiple times throughout the day at both our Savannah and Atlanta campuses. We also have open house events called Scad Days. So these are incredible times for you and your families to come explore campus, connect with our community, and you guys can truly experience life as a bee. So please come and visit us. But do plan ahead. We are limiting the number of tour registrations we receive. So plan ahead because tours do fill up quickly. And then finally, stay connected with your admission advisor. Like I said, they are your one-stop shop for all things SCAD. So they will be with you from the application all the way through enrollment. So if you have any questions about housing or scholarships or what college classes are going to transfer in from dual enrollment, definitely stay connected with your personal admission advisor. And then you can always stay connected with us. So you can reach out to us via live chat on scad.edu. So this is our instant messaging service available through our website, but we are also all over social media. So Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We just joined TikTok a while ago. So there's no reason not to stay connected. Social media is a great way to get involved with our community. There are truly countless reasons for you guys to choose SCAD, from our trailblazing academic degree programs to our student clubs and organizations to our incredible industry partnerships. But regardless, in the end, know that everything at SCAD really is designed to prepare you for your creative career and launch you forward to pursue your creative passions. So that wraps up my presentation. I can't see anything, including the chat box, but before I stop sharing my screen, I did put my contact information up for you guys. Please take a second and take a screenshot or write it down really quick. I'll also drop it in the chat. But this is my SCAD cell phone number. You can call or text anytime. And then you also have my email address there. Like I said, stay connected. I'm a resource for you guys. I am based at our Savannah location. I travel all throughout the country on behalf of SCAD, and I am so excited to connect with you and your family. All right, so I am going to stop sharing my screen so I can get to some of your questions. And I think we've got about 15 minutes, so this is good. Okay. All right, so I'm going back and I'm looking through the chat. Let me get some questions answered. Okay, so I have quite a few questions about scholarship opportunities. So we are on rolling admission, and we have a lot of different scholarships available for you all. So when you submit your transcripts, we will automatically review you for an academic scholarship. So that is the first scholarship opportunity that we offer. Portfolio is not required as part of the admission process, but we highly encourage students to submit a portfolio so they can maximize their scholarship opportunities. Once we receive your portfolio and a resume, we will automatically review you for an achievement-based scholarship, and whatever achievement-based scholarship you receive will be stackable with your academic scholarships. So those are the top two most common scholarships that we offer. We do have Scad Challenge, which is a scholarship competition where juniors and seniors can actually submit pieces to a judge show and maximize scholarships that way as well. So tons of scholarships that we offer. We also encourage you to apply for outside scholarships. Toyota, Coca-Cola, your community center, your high school, maybe your church. There are a lot of outside scholarships that you can definitely bring with you. And then clearly the FAFSA, we are private institutions, so even if you are not looking to take out federal student loans, or maybe you won't be eligible for federal aid, we use that information to issue institutional-based aid. So definitely take advantage of filling out the FAFSA so we can get to know you and your family and support you guys to the fullest in the admission process. Okay. Okay, another question. Is a letter of recommendation required for applying? So no, right now, the only thing that is absolutely required for students to submit is their transcripts. We are test optional. However, if you have any kind of questionable scores, maybe you have like a lower GPA, maybe you hiccup for a second and had some troubles in schools, your advisor will reach out and they may ask for letters of recommendation. But again, for just general admission into SCAD, that letter of recommendation is not required. However, if you have one and you want to send it, even if your advisor doesn't ask for it, it will never hurt you to submit it. So you can email letters of recommendation in your resume directly to your admission advisor. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, do students interested in dual enrollment need to live near SCAD campus, or can they be remote? So good news, you can dual enroll at SCAD and take classes virtually or in person. So I see some of you guys in the chat are actually from out of state, and good news for you, you do not have to live in Georgia. You do not need to be based in Savannah or Atlanta to take advantage of dual enrollment. So definitely take a look at that because it is a great way to get ahead. Okay. Good questions about visiting and Scad Days. Good news with Scad Days. They are back and they are better than ever. In an effort to space everyone out and keep everyone safe, instead of having Scad Days just on Saturdays like we've done in the past, we have Scad Days on Fridays and Saturdays. So we have multiple times where you and your family can sign up and safely explore campus in the most amazing way possible. So definitely come for a Scad Day. We do offer them typically every other month in the fall. So we have one in April. It will be April 16th and 17th, and then we'll take a break for the summer. But we should restart Scad Days as early as September of fall 2021. So keep a lookout via email and we will let you know when Scad Days are back for fall. Okay, what are portfolio requirements? So this is a great question. Like I said, a portfolio is not required for an admission decision, but it will maximize your scholarship opportunities. Your portfolio does not have to be major specific. So if you are interested in studying animation or fashion, but your best work coming out of high school is illustration or photography, you can have your portfolio with illustration and photography pieces, and then come and study fashion or animation once you get to SCAD. So portfolio requirements will vary from school to school. So do ask at every single specialty school, art and design school like SCAD, what we require with their portfolio. What do we want to see? For us, we want to see your absolute best work. Because it's for scholarship consideration, we want to celebrate your hard work, and we want to get to know you outside of your transcripts and test scores. There are tons of types of portfolio submission options for you to choose from. Our most popular is a 2D, 3D visual art portfolio, but you can submit a time-based media portfolio, 3 to 5 minutes of anything that moves or makes noise. This could include music production or sound design, film, television, podcast journalism, anything like that. You could submit a performing arts audition, or you could come audition in person. We have a writing portfolio. So if you're logged on tonight and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have a visual art portfolio, chances are you have written a paper. Maybe that's your best type of work coming out of high school. You can submit a writing sample. And then finally, we do have one of the top equestrian teams in the country, and we have Equestrian Studies as a major at SCAD. You can submit an equestrian portfolio that will focus on your equitation abilities. So again, your portfolio doesn't have to be major specific. You can submit an equestrian portfolio and then come and study visual effects. It's really up to you guys to decide what you want to do with your portfolio. Keep in mind, we will submit portfolios digitally through slideroom.com. And I see Kelsey included a link to portfolio guidelines. So check those out to learn even more about submitting a portfolio. Also, one more piece, a pro tip, don't rush submitting your portfolio. You can get accepted to SCAD, continue taking classes, working on projects, and submit your portfolio when it's absolutely ready. My dream timeline for students is for them to apply, at the end of their junior, right at the beginning of their senior year. They test if they need to, they submit their transcripts, they get accepted maybe before Halloween or Thanksgiving, and then they celebrate that. They work on their FAFSA, they get that completed before Christmas, and maybe they submit their portfolio coming back from winter break. So that gives you the entire spring time to really work with your family and develop a plan for your next step. So don't rush submitting your portfolio. You get one shot. Good question about a GPA requirement. So SCAD doesn't have a strict GPA requirement. We do start scholarship consideration at a 3.0. I have seen students get admitted if they don't necessarily hit that 3.0 mark, but you may not qualify for an academic scholarship. So we do give preference to students that have at least a 3.0 GPA. Another thing to note when we're thinking about grades and classes is we do accept AP and IB credit, and we have a full matrix online. So if you are currently taking or have the opportunity to take AP classes, I highly encourage it. For gen ed classes, we typically look for a 3 or higher, and then on art specific classes, we're looking for a 4 or 5, but you can find that full matrix at scad.edu. Okay, we had questions about portfolios that we covered. Good question. So Kathy had a good follow-up question based on our scholarships and financial aid conversations. Do you need to submit a FAFSA in order to receive academic and/or portfolio-based scholarships? The answer is no. And I know Kelsey responded to you guys, but I just wanted to clarify. Submitting or not submitting a FAFSA will not impact any type of SCAD scholarships that you receive, that you automatically are reviewed for and receive in submitting transcripts, test scores, a portfolio, and a resume. We use the FAFSA information to give institutional-based aid. Because we're a private institution, we can invest in our students. So that is why FAFSA is so important for us. That's a good question. Okay, I think that is the majority of the questions that we received. I'll hang out for a second in case anyone has any additional questions that I can help with. Oh, I did miss one. Okay. Best time to visit. So the best time to visit would definitely be, in my opinion, when students are on campus, because I love connecting prospective students with our current students so you can hear about their experiences. Scad does offer tours year-round, so there is always a time for you and your family to visit. I encourage you guys to start the college visitation process sooner rather than later, because stepping foot on any college campus will help you in the long run make your final decisions and help you and your family narrow down your college list. So I do encourage you guys to start visiting sooner rather than later. Okay. All right. Oh, I got one question that just came in. Okay, so we've gotten 2 questions about the business of beauty and fragrance. And this is a good question. So these are not cosmetology programs. So you will focus more on the business and marketing aspects of the beauty industry. The beauty industry is a literal billion-dollar industry right now. It's just insane how much is feeding into it. And we want to make sure that you guys as young students and young industry professionals can really navigate the industry as a whole. So this really isn't a cosmetology or a makeup application program. It's more of the business side of the cosmetic and beauty industry as a whole. And then, good questions, you guys. What are the class sizes? So our student to faculty ratio right now is just under 1 to 20. I will tell you that that's based primarily on our freshman classes. Once you declare your major and you get into your major specific coursework, your classes are going to get smaller and smaller. We have some programs where it's literally 5, 6, 7 students with 1 faculty. So your largest classes are going to be during your freshman year, but those are going to be capped. We're going to cap our studio-based classes at 20, and then our lecture-based classes between 25 and 30. And then one more. I'm not sure what I want my major to be. I'm into painting and drawing, but I'm not sure yet. So I hear this all the time. I'm creative, but I'm not great. I'm creative, but I love to learn. I'm creative, but I'm not really sure what I want to study. You're literally in the best place possible. First and foremost, you're coming to SCAD to learn. So we do not require any kind of experience. We are going to teach you everything that you need to know to be successful after you graduate. However, as long as you are a good student, you are teachable, and you're excited to learn, you will be successful here at SCAD. Again, we do not require any previous experience. Clearly, the more art and design classes, the more types of art and design you can expose yourself to at the high school level, whether it's in class or out of class, it will help you, but it will never hurt you not having access to art and design classes. We will never penalize you for that. That's why you're coming to us, so you can learn. Good questions. All right, so I see Julie back on the screen, so I think I have worn out my welcome, but I do appreciate all of your time this evening. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's worth of events. If you want to learn more about narrowing down your college list, I'm actually hosting a panel tomorrow with several other Georgia schools, so I hope to see some of you logged in tomorrow. So we can continue all of these great conversations.
Well, thank you so much, Alex. I know there were some great questions in the chat, and certainly Alex will get a list of those. So if she didn't get to your question tonight, never fear, you'll probably get an email from her in the next day or two. So watch out for those. And just as a reminder, as we close out tonight's program, certainly there will be a real quick survey that pops up when you close out of your window. So please take the time to answer those questions so that we can continually improve our offerings for future students, maybe even for yourself. As Alex said, sign up for some more sessions. This program will continue this week, tomorrow. And if you want to go back and review anything from tonight or any of the sessions that perhaps you didn't catch, just go to strivescan.com/Atlanta. And that's our program for tonight. So thank you so much for joining us, and be well.